Good afternoon. My name is Rochelle Lebhar, and my topic today is public housing. In the early 1980s, there was an announcement in Newark, New Jersey that a large public housing development was going to be raised and the people were going to be dispersed all over the state. The city planned to tear down nearly 40 of its 46 towers, many of which had deteriorated so badly that they were considered unlivable. More than 30,000 people lived in Newark's housing project. The development was probably built in the time of President Johnson, who was a proponent that poor people were entitled to live in decent housing. Unfortunately, like so many other developments, living conditions became very difficult for the residents. There was rampant crime as well as drug dealing, along with a host of other issues. With all the news buzzing about on this plan, it occurred to me that the officials may be going about this all wrong. The idea here was to give a helping hand so that the residents can be responsible for their own lives. So I started to think about what I would do if I were the decision maker. I thought that breaking up family and friends and sending them to all parts of the state was not just an inconvenience for them, but was unnecessary. I felt that if a monetary amount of money, example $1,000, or any other amount payable over 10 years would give the residents a stake in their homes. The amount of money was not material to my thinking. What I believed should happen was to make the residents responsible for their development in a way that was easily doable for them. I would have suggested that someone in every family, where possible, have to volunteer on a committee a certain number of hours. This could be handled in many ways, depending on circumstances. One committee should be handling the maintenance. This would include painting the hallways, changing light bulbs, repairing outside benches, fixing the children's swings, and other minor jobs. The reason for the benches is that when people are outside sitting and perhaps watching over children, it lessens the opportunity for crimes to be committed in the open. Most states have a Department of Housing. Perhaps they can teach the maintenance committee how to handle minor elevator repairs, leaving the complicated problems for the housing department. Also, a suggestion would be to take away 2 apartments on the ground floor in one of the buildings, leaving the kitchen and bathrooms. The maintenance committee can put up shelves on one wall for books. Tables, picnic benches, or other means of sitting can either be bought or made, allowing for the residents to congregate. Another committee I thought necessary was to have a security group walk around the development, making sure that all is well. I believe that they would be helped with the assistance of the police department should they encounter a difficult situation. By working together with the police, the group will learn how to handle the situation or call the police department to handle it, and in this way they would not put themselves in any danger. In addition, working together with the local police precinct, the police are now aware of a potentially difficult situation. If a family has parents working full-time and there are teenagers in the household, the teenagers could pick up the very young children from school and bring them to the community room. Another committee would give the children some healthy nourishment until the parent returns. This way, the children will be monitored and not left alone in their homes. Teenagers can also help the very elderly or infirm by running errands to the supermarket or drugstore. A landscaping committee could be set up. Periodically, shrubs and grass can be planted. Aesthetically, it would be more pleasing to the eye, relaxing, and enjoyable to look at. It may even increase the value of the apartments. A board would have to be elected, schedules would be needed, and an accounting system set up. Let's say that there are 3,000 apartments with 6,000 people. Maybe an assessment of $2 per month for monthly maintenance per family or person would be doable. In this way, repairs get done faster. On the list of suggestions would be to write a letter to various publishing houses requesting books that may be lingering in their warehouses. The books can then go on the shelves that the maintenance people built. Having an in-house library might help some residents learn more. Another letter would go to companies such as Microsoft or Dell or any other computer company asking for a donation of some older model desktop computers with blocks. Prior to this letter, I would make arrangements with the local high school or community college to have some students come, depending on their schedule, and help the children with their homework. The tech-savvy students can also help adults learn data entry and other programs, hopefully enabling them to enter the workforce. In order to get these students, a foundation would have to offer a stipend, and perhaps the schools will give them extra credit. This will allow some students to graduate sooner or to get into better colleges. Most states have social service departments that help residents with needs. Perhaps a monthly seminar could be arranged. One time, a dietitian can discuss finding foods that are healthier and cheaper or eating the right foods for those with health issues. Another time, a nurse can discuss medical issues such as recognizing a heart attack or when to go for medical help. Another time, it could be a social service representative discussing where a resident can find programs that will help with a specific problem. It was many months later when a journalist followed up on the results. It turned out that many of those who had been able to get into other housing were not entirely satisfied. Part of it was the loss of friendship. I was shocked to read that many people remained in 1-2-room hotels that the state was paying for. The new residents found that they had not escaped the crime or vermin from their old apartments. In fact, conditions in some of these hotels were far worse than what they had previously had. The whole idea here is to help people help themselves and live a more fulfilling and enjoyable life and be part of their community. Thank you.